I'm Lauren Hayes, and today we're joined by HireMe, an Australian AI technology company focused on talent acquisition solutions for the energy, resources and technology industries. Joining us is Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Andrew Hornby. Andrew, welcome to Share Cafe.
Thanks very much, Lauren. Look forward to the conversation, and thanks so much for the opportunity to talk about HireMe.
To start, can you give us a brief overview of HireMe?
Yeah, look, HireMe is on a mission to redefine talent acquisition, and I guess the question is why would we do that? It's a huge market. It's obviously been around for a long time. Moving people around is very difficult. Attracting people is challenging for organizations. So it's a big ticket challenge for us. We've been listed since May 2021, and we've been on this journey for a long time. But we're getting very close now. As I'll talk to as we go through this conversation, Lauren, we've obviously presented information into the market about trials that we're undertaking at the moment. So we're getting pretty close to that commercialization. So we're really proud of the work that we've done. So practically in our business, we have software development, which is the AI piece. We've got a talent acquisition recruitment business that's focused very much on energy transition, minerals, mining, and technology as well. So a nice broad suite of sectors. We've also got a global mobility business as well that we acquired middle of last year. So the whole combination of that business means that we've got exciting software development in an AI space, which is really cool. We've got a legacy, good quality recruitment business, which is underpinning the majority of the costs in the business. And then we've got a global mobility, which was really our first step in how do we globalize this business? How do we take it out into a broader, wider market? So lots of activity. We're always busy in HireMe. I'm very excited about 2026.
Today's announcement highlights record quarterly revenue and gross profit. What were the key drivers behind this solid result?
Yeah, look, very proud to put the results out in this quarter. It's great to be able to put a message to market, to our shareholders and to new investors that might be looking at HireMe, that we've managed to sustain and maintain growth. First and foremost, higher margin activity was down to an increased focus on permanent recruitment into the energy and resources business, but also the integration of Prince, which we've rebranded to HireMe Global Services. So I think it demonstrates a couple of things. Firstly, we can acquire and integrate good business. Secondly, we can focus on growing our existing recruitment business. All the while, we're obviously focused on the continued investment, the development of our AI and our commercialization focus as well. So I think, as I've said before, we're always very busy in HireMe because we have multiple facets to the business. But look, I think those things that areas that we feel particularly proud about, and I think we're demonstrating to new investors and our existing guys that, look, we're at the wheel, we know what we're doing. It's great that we have a positive look ahead, I think, for 2026 calendar. So yeah, exciting times. I'm hoping that we can continue to put these kind of results out to the market going forward.
How is the current quarter progressing?
Yeah, look, obviously we're early in the quarter. Everyone's back to work post-January, refreshed, recharged. And it's a great time of year. Perth is amazing. The sun shines, everyone's feeling happy. You've had that break, but it's positive to see continued momentum into the industry. So look, we're busy at the moment delivering, which is fantastic. So in essence, as we move towards attracting higher margin business, particularly through retained permanent work, you sort of sell the retained to your customers, and then now we're in the delivery phase of that. So I think the whole business is really about delivery at the moment. We're engaging every single day with customers in our AI technology part of the business, which is fantastic. We're learning a lot as we go there. And equally, we're delivering for our traditional customers within that sector. And the global mobility side of the business is growing quickly as well. So look, I'm expecting, I'm hoping that we'll see continued momentum going into the first half of this year. I'm being buoyed by the conversations we're having broadly about the sectors that we support in terms of the second half of this year as well. So, look, the markets look okay at the moment. We have a relative degree of stability across global markets. I'd love to see commodities, the big ticket commodities like your iron ore, just be a little bit stronger. Love to see bigger projects come through in Australia again. But at the moment, I think we have a good opportunity ahead of us. So it's all hands on deck. We're moving as a business back into growth phase. And I think, as you've seen, going back to, if we look 2 or 3 years ago, we sort of have waves where we'll grow, we'll plateau a little bit while we sort of relook at how we get the next phase of growth. That seems to be sort of prevalent in the business at the moment. So I'm an optimist anyway, so I'm looking at how we can go forward with growth, but that's very much the target for this year. Continue as we've been going.
The company recently completed a capital raising. How will that capital be prioritised across the business?
Yeah, look, we were very excited to come into the new year with a really strong capital raise. It wasn't our intention to go into market again, to be honest, because we did a capital raise last year. We were approached with an opportunity. I think there's people out there who see great value in our business in terms of what we're doing. So we've taken a small group of strategic investors into our business. I'm just short of 1.8 million before costs. It's nice as the MD to have a decent amount of money, actually, for the first time in the last 3 or 4 years since I've taken over. Look, we're looking to deploy it in a sensible fashion. We are in the market and we're looking at acquisitions at the moment. I've talked about that in the past. I think, as I've just mentioned to you, we were able to attract, acquire and integrate an acquisition quickly last year. So we've sort of proven that we can do that. We're at a pivotal time for the technology, and we're getting, as you would have seen in the 4C we put this morning, we're getting a lot of positive momentum in terms of the tech. We're getting a lot of customer interaction that's helping us frame where we need to go with our product to make it actually enterprise ready. So there's a couple of facets that we're looking at. We're very much 2026 is a step out year for our business. The focus is growth. I know I always say that, but I think we've demonstrated growth in the past. The growth going forward will still be within the recruitment business, but as we bring in the tech, higher margin technology opportunities, this is the mission that we're on, and we're quite excited about deploying this capital and getting a return for our investors, particularly the ones that have been supporting us for a long time. What I would say to new investors or someone looking at Hire Me right now, very, very exciting business and exciting time to be part of the journey.
Looking ahead through FY26, what would you like investors to better understand about where Hire Me is heading from here?
Yeah, look, I'd love investors to see and understand that we're a technology software development business in the AI space. It's a super hot space. It's not just hot as in a fad hot. I think it's hot because everyone's looking, whether you're a small business, a large business, a government entity, private, public sector, just people regularly at home booking holidays. Everybody's looking to see how they adopt AI into every process. The talent acquisition space, both from a services side, but also internally in organizations, it's just huge and it's vast and it's very diverse. People do it in a very different way. And I wouldn't say, whilst I'd say you've obviously got monopolies in terms of a LinkedIn monopoly around the business social. Seek certainly have an Australian monopoly around advertising and attracting candidates that way. But we're on a slightly different journey. We've invested heavily in AI that understands what our clients do, and particularly in the energy and resources space. Now, once we nail that space, once we bring in our customers and we start to demonstrate the value of that, then we can look at other markets as well. We're taking a vertical approach rather than a horizontal approach, which is very much a competitive advantage. So what I'd like investors to understand is we're an AI development business. we have a really good quality recruitment business that at the moment underpins, as I've said, a significant portion of our costs. And it's great. It gives us an opportunity to work with multinational companies. We're supporting companies in Canada, the US, Europe, Asia, and Australia right now. So we kick big goals for a small business. But the big ticket is how we effectively merge AI with high quality people to really form a high margin, really slick recruitment opportunity. And that's not just the recruitment service opportunity, but how we help our customers get there too. So that is super exciting. It's a huge market, and it's a very challenging market to disrupt. Hence why it really hasn't been changed since the emergence of LinkedIn and bringing adverts from newspapers into online. So and when you're looking to take on big challenges, it's hard work. It's hard work. So I'm thankful that our investors have given us the opportunity to continue on the journey. They've been very patient. We're getting close. Hopefully, they get to feel and see that as well from the information we're putting to market. And we're not that far away. We're very ambitious as a business. So, yeah, look, and I think through 2021, new capital, new energies, a changing landscape in the world. I think investors will get to see who we are, what we're about, and how we can really change the game here. So, as I've said, very excited 2026.
Andrew, thank you for your time.
Thanks very much, Lauren. Look forward to the next one.
Thanks for joining us here on Share Cafe. For more finance news, market movers, and insights, head to sharecafe.com.au.